Just got a question from John. Apparently, John's having trouble understanding the 2% rule. The 2% rule, also called the 2% test, or sometimes called the 1% rule. I mean, they're all basically, well, not the same, obviously. There's a big difference between 1% and 2%, but they're basically a general test and only a general test. So, it's a quick way of analyzing a real estate deal on the fly. And the reason why you need to analyze a real estate deal on the fly is because you get so many deals coming at you that you need to be kind of have a general quick rule, a quick way of assessing it to see if it actually makes sense to purchase that property or not, rather than crunching the numbers on each and every deal. I mean, you would literally be spending 8 hours a day crunching the numbers if you don't have some quick off of the fly way to assess it. That doesn't mean you actually purchase the property, that you commit to a sale. It just means this property likely might meet your criteria, and it's worth a more involved, in-depth look. So the 2% rule or the 1% rule is basically you would take the rent price and divide that by the purchase price. So if you believe you're going to get $1,000 of rent, and that's a safe bet, and the property is going to cost $100,000 to buy, then that meets the 1% rule. Now, again, it's just a guideline, but for the most part, it's really going to be tough to find a property that does better than the 2% rule in this current market. And it's really tough to actually get a property that's going to cash flow. And that's what this is. It's basically not showing you the equity. It's showing you that these properties will likely, hopefully, cash flow if you're getting them to match those numbers. So, anything beneath 1% very likely isn't going to cash flow for you for quite some time. And cash flow is important because it is it basically is what keeps you safe investing in real estate. It's paying your bills. Equity is what's making you wealthy. Cash flow is what's actually keeping you safe and paying for repairs and in making extra cash on a monthly basis. So I would probably recommend avoiding any property that comes beneath 1%. If you can get anything over 2%, you probably hit the jackpot. Now, it's just not as simple as that, dividing the $1,000 of rent that you're hoping to get for the $100,000 that it's going to cost you to buy the property. I mean, that $100,000 has to include the purchase price of the property, all the purchase cost of buying that property, and any renovation. So if you're buying a shell property, that $100,000 would have to be the purchase of the property, let's say $50,000, and just off of the cuff you say, okay, this property looks like it needs another $50,000 in renovation. That puts this ultimate cost of this property $100,000. I'm going to divide the rent $1,000 by the $100,000 investment, and then at that point, if the property meets that 1% rule or better, then it probably means that you should sit down and crunch the numbers on it and see if it makes complete and total sense across the board. All right, this is Joe White answering your real estate questions the very best I can. Have a good day.